Hello, hello.
You hear a crash. It's me slinging my phone across the room. Yeah.
Oh,
Good evening, good evening. I hope everyone has had a awesome, beautiful day today. Fancy
yeah.
day.
It's been a bit. It's been a busy one. I didn't get to do too much of the garden stuff. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'm going to have enough time to. I'm going to build. I know I have in my brain. I just have to put it to actual work. I've been getting these small skids or pallets that are probably 2 foot by 2 foot, and I'm gonna make them into to where it keeps the buckets up off the ground. Um, I'm not sure how I'm doing it yet, but that's my thing there.
Uh, well, me, I'd love to get some skids. I want to make me a utility building outside to do my plants and everything in.
Yeah.
The way things are going, I'm not going to be able to do me a greenhouse. Uh, really, to buy the stuff, the PVC pipe or the pipe or whatever, shit, it costs more than the greenhouse from Lowe's.
Well, the way, and that's just in my brain. I have a way that it'd be, the Sanders size um,
Skid
pallets.
pile. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do, well, not here, but eventually wherever I go. That's what I'll build one with um is with that. And then if I can get some old pipe somewhere and then drive the pipe down into the ground and then fasten it to that and have it too high on the sides and then build arches with whatever I can come up with.
Well, now, the way I have thought about doing this, okay, so I'm not moving no more. When I move out of here, it's going to be in the pine box. I'm sorry.
Well,
You know,
do they even use pine boxes anymore?
no, but that's just a figure of speech. But I'm going to get me some pallets. I'll probably go, hell, I don't know. That's a figure of speech. Probably about 40 foot in length or 40 yards, in length, and
Yeah.
probably about 25 foot wide, But I'm going to hand dig a trench. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take me some 4x4s and I'm going to attach the pallets, right there on each side of the 4x4s, and either screw them or nail them together. But I'm going to put the 4x4s down the ground, probably about a foot. And then I'm going to cover it back. I'm going to lay some wire or whatever up underneath it, where can't nothing dig in from the sides. I'm going to cover it back up and I'll probably go about 3 high. And, do it like I probably would a house, a roof on it, and keep water from standing.
Yeah.
And just go through and insulate it with plastic and whatever. But yet I'm going to cut it out to where I can put like plexiglass in it, up the
Well,
top.
that's expensive. Plexiglass costs more than glass nowadays.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
And
kind of scared if I was to do it with clear plastic. My damn luck is just as soon as I do it, we're gonna have a hailstorm.
well, yeah, the thing is, the main thing is last them through a winter. You don't really need it so much for summer months and whatnot.
No, you're right. You're right. But I'm kind of going to fix it to where I'm going to have it set up on pulleys. And I don't know if you're familiar with what I'm talking about. Let's say a chicken house and
Vent,
how they
to
crank up.
vent it out.
Yes,
Yeah.
do it like that. But come wintertime, I got to have some type of heat. And I'm thinking about, I don't know, a couple of wood stoves in there, But
Nah, best thing is for heat,
hello,
compost bin.
Roy. What's that?
Compost bin will keep it at 70 degrees in there. Put one on each end.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Now, how big of a bin are we talking?
4 foot one. 'Cause
On
that's what I have in my brain is at one end I'd have one compost bin over here uh, that is halfway in and halfway out, so that during winter months I can push it more in, wet it down, and let it get heated up, and then put one in the back opposite corner.
Okay, I see what you
Yeah.
saying. Or should I say, I hear what you saying.
Yeah.
And that
That,
does
that
make sense.
that's down the road whenever I get property is when I can sit there and build these kind of things and whatnot.
Now, have you thought about that property that you was telling me about here in North Carolina?
No, it already, they had already sold it. That went real quick.
Well, I mean, there's more around here like that.
Yeah.
Shit, wouldn't you know it? Hold on. That's my daughter.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and say hey to everybody. We got B Charming, Dana B. We got Trust. Will It Grow? Roy, Nate, Annie, Wild Edibles, Life with Bobby, and Autumn Leaf, Fancy Oak, K9. I think that's about it. Ginger Ninja just snuck in here. Oh, man.
I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Well, we got 39 people up in here. Wait a minute. Hold on. Shit. Carry on.
Oh, but I figured I would share some old remedies that I made a list of them and stuff. Some of them probably people's heard of and whatnot, and some may not have heard of these. But I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of kick them around the table and see. It's always a good reference to come back and rewatch the live and whatnot. Hey, Annalisa. And I do believe we'll probably ended up needing some of these old remedies because if something happens to our medication, because 90% of it comes from China, and probably a good another 8% of it, they make the ingredients that India makes it. And not sure where India is lying at the moment. If they're more toward the China and Russia side or our side now. because they are actually buying oil from Russia with rubles on top of that. So they switched over to rubles. Hey, Carol Z. Yeah, I wish I could remember half the stuff that my grandpa tried to teach me that I didn't listen to when I was young, but some of the things like sassafras tea, oh, it's I can find it around here. It's just harder to find it in this area. It's more south of here. But
this is not the month for this family. Now I got a grandson on the way to the hospital, emergency room. He just fell and busted his head open. She said he's gonna have to have stitches. So
yeah, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. So chasing the dog.
And that's the thing. When we were young, most time we didn't go get stitches and stuff. But nowadays, if you don't do that stuff, ooh, you get in big trouble.
Yeah, what is it? Abuse, parent abuse, or something like that.
Yeah,
Our parents put a damn cloth on our head, and if it didn't stop bleeding in about 30 minutes or so, then
yeah,
take it to the hospital.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I have some in a jar already. Sassafras.
it's the youngest one, Roy. It was Hudson.
Well, I hope he's okay.
Well, she said he ain't screaming or crying or nothing like that. But
Oh,
he got
okay.
holes in his head.
Well, that's a good sign. Yeah, I remember falling down, busting my head open. Oh, you're okay. Just don't fall asleep.
Yeah. I reckon I was about 3 years old. Do you remember the bunk beds that had metal ladders to it?
Yeah.
Well, I put about 6 stitches in my head with one of them.
The metal pipe that went across them.
Yeah, it was like an angle iron or whatever with the
Yeah.
yeah. So this one, he's about 3 years old, 3 or 4 years old. Yeah. Right now, Carol Z, she won't know how my son's doing. I'll put it to you like this, and I'm not going to get into it because I'll get fired up. They have now postponed his surgery about 2 or 3 times. And he's supposed to have surgery again come Thursday. Well, I done made it known if he don't have surgery come Thursday, they're not going to want to see me up in there. Plain simple.
Yeah.
Because he's been on his back. What is it? 5 or 6 days since Thursday, he's been on his back.
Are they still giving him pain meds?
He won't take it.
That's good then. Yeah.
The only thing he'll take is Tylenol for a headache. That's it. He says he don't want to get addicted to no pain medicine.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I was going to ask if they're still giving him pain meds, because that's a long time to be on them.
It is.
Not now, it's afterwards too. I'm sure he'll need it afterwards.
Yeah. Roy, I talked to him a little bit today, and yeah, he is. By the way, me and Roy, we've been knowing each other since we were 4 years old. We grew up together, and we consider one another brothers. You know, I think he knows me about as good, if not better, than my wife does. So, all right, let's get back to the show.
Okay. Well, the first one I was going to suggest is um, athlete's feet. Good old remedy is use garlic and olive oil. Will kill the bacteria that causes athlete feet. All you gotta do is just mush it up and let it soak in there, and then just rub your feet down in it. It kills any kind of bacteria or anything that in your toes, in between your toes and your toenails and all that.
Well, now, one of the remedies that I got, and I'm gonna tell you, I wore boots. I worked construction, and if anybody knows about that, I wore colored socks at that time. Okay, they stunk so damn bad. My next door neighbor could smell them, and we lived in a duplex apartment. Okay, and I don't know where it was, but I read an old remedy. It was deodorant. It was the clear type. I rubbed my feet down after I took a shower for 2 weeks. And until this day, and we're talking about 40 some years later, my feet still has not stunk.
Well, another good thing and this is up to the individual doing it, but you can put them in, you can put your shoes in a baggie or something, but stick them in the freezer. When the cold will actually kill the smell.
Dude, we're talking about work boots. My feet stink so damn bad. The meat in my freezer probably jumped out and committed suicide.
Well, you put them in a bag so you don't get it in your other food.
Back then, we did not have Ziploc bags or bags back then.
Yeah, but you can tie a garbage bag in.
I thought about that. But I mean, hell, that's back then, and thank God they're gone now.
Now, these remedies, I'm not saying they're 100% that these are old fashioned remedies that I've dug up. Don't know if they work or they don't, but the old timers and they swear by them and stuff. So
now remember, we're not doctors or professionals.
No. Another one is potato slices to get rid of a headache, migraines or anything like that. You cut the slices. And just put them on your face and wrap a rag around it or something, and just sit there and relax. Now, the fact that you're probably closing your eyes because you have potatoes stuck on top of your head and stuff probably is the reason why you got rid of the headache, but you never know.
Dixie, cut me some potatoes. Get rid of headaches.
Get rid of headaches.
Yeah. We are live, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Now that I've never heard of.
Yeah, that's the same for me. I haven't heard this one either. I've heard of people putting cucumbers, but I think the whole fact of it is it's holding your eyelids down to where you're relaxing. I don't know if it actually has any benefit, but
I can't say relaxing.
Well, because your eyes are closed, and instead of thinking about it, you know what I mean. I don't know if
Well,
that's what it is, but
now I've heard of putting potatoes. No, that's an onion. Never mind. On
on
the
your
bottom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another one is use
Now,
vinegar to cure swimmer's ear.
use what?
Vinegar to
Oh,
cure, you know, when you get that ickiness in your ear.
okay.
Again, this is uh, back in the day when I got an earache. They said the best way to get rid of earache was
Here we go. Yeah.
your own urine, and you put it in your ear, and it's supposed to cure an earache.
I do
That's
not know
what
if
my
my parents.
grandma told me. That my grandpa, and it has to be your own. It can't be somebody else's.
I
But
don't know if my parents ever used that on me or not, because I was bad about getting earaches.
um, but myself, I make my own oregano oil, and that's really good for it. So I don't know. If I didn't have it, and that's the only thing I could think of is that's what they told me it worked, and it wasn't like they were joking with me or anything. I would try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, now I will tell you a remedy I have used, and it does work. If you got a toothache, hell, wait a minute, wait a minute. All that stuff that guys use to put on after they shave.
Aftershave?
Something like that. I can't think of the name of it right
Oh,
now.
I was going to say,
But
uh,
put a little bit on
take a swig of moonshine.
oh hell, you get enough swigs, you don't give a shit what hurts. But put a little bit of that on a cotton ball and stick up in there. And I will say it does work, but it leaves a nasty damn taste in your mouth. Cologne. That's what it is. Cologne.
Here's another one. Olive oil for eczema. I can't even say it. You know, the dry skin and stuff.
Yeah. Olive oil?
Yeah. Well, olive oil is real good. It's in the Bible of, you know, rubbing out olive oil on your skin and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, olive oil back in, and I will probably say was 100% olive oil. You get olive oil now, there ain't no telling what's in that stuff.
Well, that's where you have to never get olive oil in a plastic jug, because the olive oil pulls out the toxins of the container. So you're actually getting a little bit of that. Make sure it's in glass, or if you get lucky enough to get them big tin cans.
Yeah.
Um,
Huh.
but just olive oil itself is full of oxidants and all that fancy science words and stuff that they say it cure skin cancer too. And like I said, I'm not a doctor or anything. This is just old remedies that they're talking about and whatnot.
Well, now, old ways gardening and prepping, it says pine tar soap for eczema. Pine
Yeah.
tar soap, when I come up, was called lye soap. That would take anything off of you,
Well,
skin included.
the lye soap is just lye from you can make it from wood ash and stuff.
Yeah. Carol Z, Vicks Vapor Rub, toenail fungus.
Huh. Yeah, I ain't heard that one either.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you better have a whole big thing of it, but it takes a little bit, but it does work, and it will come back.
Another one is to fix hiccups, which I've never done this. A spoonful of sugar.
I've done it.
I just hold my breath until they go away, and then
That don't work for me. I'll end up passing out first.
well,
But
they go away then.
yeah, until you wake back up. But I have tried the sugar. It does work. You got to put it on the back of your tongue as far back as you can get it. Do not swallow it. Let it dissolve.
Because hiccup is just your esophagus is having a spasm. It's a technical term for it. Another one is to get rid of warts. Duct tape. I had to use this one because it was duct tape. But if you have a wart, you clean the area off and you put the duct tape on it real good and leave it on there.
I ain't gonna tell you what my parents told me how to get rid of them.
And it's supposed to leave it on there for 3 days. And you pull it off and then you rub it with a pumice stone, and it takes and gets rid of it.
Now, wait a minute. What is a pumice stone? I've never heard of one.
It's like the stuff that they use to clean your feet and stuff. It's
okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
It's kind of got holes in it and real coarse.
Yeah.
About like sandpaper.
Yeah. Yeah, like a foot scraper. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or lava stone would probably work too.
Well, shit. With me, I would try the stone before I did the duct tape. That'd take it off too.
Well, you don't want to cut it off or anything, because that's why that covering it up kills it, and then you just rub it off the rest of the way.
Read what Bob Edibles posted. I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, the zinc. But you have to be careful if your skin absorbing too much zinc.
I've never had this happen, Fancy Oak, but back when I was coming up, an elderly woman, she could talk the warts off of a person. I highly believe that.
And here's a good one for to treat acne. Not olive. Well, I guess olive oil might work. I don't know, but coconut oil.
What's coconut oil got in it that would help it?
Antibiotic properties to prevent further outbreaks. Just apply it to the skin like normal, and or you could probably even mix a little bit of it with some honey, because I know honey has a lot of those properties too.
Yeah. Now I like what life said. If all else fails, get you a low speed buffer and some low grit sandpaper. That takes it all. Which now, Roy, we ain't talking about using coconut oil for cooking. We're talking about on the body.
Here's another one: is how to cure bad breath is
Oh,
yogurt.
wait a minute.
It
Yogurt.
has to be the plain with no sugar or anything in there like that. And you just put it on your tongue, and it'll get rid of the bacteria that's causing the bad breath.
Now I thought yogurt was made from bacteria.
Well, maybe it's a thing. It feeds off of that bacteria, but it gets rid of it. So they say. I'm not sure. It's
Hello, Rose Young.
another way to get rid of bug bites is toothpaste, and I've
Not to go outside.
I've used it before on bee stings and stuff like that. You just dabble some toothpaste on there.
The only thing I've ever used for bee sting is chewed up tobacco, either a plug of tobacco or a cigarette. And that does help right much. Wait a minute, takes over like a weed. Huh. So, in other words, what you're saying, if you got a blind date with somebody and they got bad breath, the first thing you want to do is go buy them some yogurt.
Some plain yogurt without sugar.
Y'all heard that now.
And this next one, I've heard this, but I wouldn't have this in my house in the first place because I don't like it. But if you have like a corn or something on your toe, you can use licorice. It will actually get rid of it'll soften it up and get rid of it. You just wrap it up with plastic for 6 to 8 hours, and then softens it up. And if it's real bad, you keep doing it the next night. But you have to be careful with the licorice because you can licorice can be toxic if you consume too much of it. I'm not sure about how much would get come through your skin and everything if you put it on your skin.
Now, pardon me for really acting ignorant here. Licorice.
Black licorice.
I've only heard that from like candy, licorice sticks or something like that.
Well, it has a lot of good properties. It's just you have to be careful with it. There's a thing called licorice root that's where they get it from, and you could probably use that. But again, you have to be careful with it because you can it can be toxic.
Huh. Okay. Say, I just learned something there.
Yeah, I've heard that with the tea. I like the red stuff, but I don't like the black licorice. The black licorice is I don't even like the smell of that.
I prefer the red, and I had the black.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Carson, 1954. But now, me and Bushcraft was talking backstage a little bit, and I remember I'm gonna say around 5 years old, something like that. And Daddy went to a junkyard. Here now, my daddy, 100% hillbilly. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. And I'm barefooted, okay? And we're running through the junkyard, and I sliced my foot. And Daddy picked me up and carried me up there. And the guy told me to put my foot in this clear liquid, which I thought it was water. Yeah, I kept my foot in the liquid, I know, a good 10, 15 minutes. And finally, I asked him, I said, what was it? He said it was kerosene. And what kerosene done is it took the hurt and the burned everything away, and which it did.
Also draw out the metal.
Yeah.
If you stepped on rust or anything, I'd pull that right out of there.
Well,
it's probably better than a tetanus shot.
But now I would not recommend that today with all the chemicals and everything that's been added to it.
Yeah, to make it last longer and to dilute it and all kinds of
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the early 60s, you know, when you had ethyl and
regular gas.
Yeah.
Who remembers regular gas?
Who remembers ethyl? Yeah, and I ain't talking about I Love Lucy either. But
yeah, I remember when unleaded first came, because regular gas, because there was a thing about using regular gas and not using unleaded, and some cars would run crappy with regular.
Yeah. Well, now my uncles and my daddy putting gas in lawnmowers and everything. They told me to go get 50 cents worth of white gas, and trust me, 50 cents would be more than a gallon. So I got this chewing gum with it too. But you know, it wasn't like regular or nothing like that. And they put white gas in, like Bushcraft was talking about. It helped cars better.
This one I ain't heard too much of this one, but evidently apple cider vinegar can help with a hangover.
Damn, I wish I knew that back in the day.
Evidently, it balances your pH levels in your stomach, so the alcohol doesn't throw off your system.
Now, I also know for a fact, apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon will get rid of hiccups.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff for apple cider vinegar, the good stuff.
Yeah. You know, I mean, cleaning with it.
Oh,
yeah. I think you use white vinegar for that, though. I don't think you use
apple cider vinegar. Even just real good vinegar, it draws out the nutrients of herbs and stuff because a lot of times they tell us to make tinctures out of alcohol and olive oil and whatnot. Some of the best tinctures you can make is with vinegar. Because it'll pull out that stuff from the herb or whatever you're using it with.
Yeah. Roy, I don't even want to hear that word hair of the dog. You do.
Yeah,
uh,
they say before you eat, if you got real bad acid reflux or stomach issues, it helps control the
it
acid in your
does.
stomach and stuff.
It does, but it's got to the point. If I was drink apple cider vinegar now, and I have done this, I mean, I can't. It takes my breath away. Used to, it didn't do that.
And yeah, that's true too. And the reason why is because the alcohol dehydrates you when you're out all night. And
Hmm.
if you're dehydrated, one of the best things to do is drink pickle juice.
I've got, yeah, I give you that. And pickle juice also helps with acid reflux.
Yeah, that too. And it's that vinegar.
And Carol Z, I've done that. White vinegar to get rid of weeds, but you mix it with salt and dish soap.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
you can leave the vinegar and the dish soap out. Salt will get rid of anything that's growing.
Well, the thing, well, it depends if you're going to plant there too.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if Will It Grow still in here, I believe he's done a video on it too. I can't remember, but if you get, I think it's 5% vinegar, and you mix them with some water, and you put it in a sprayer. Like if you're going to put a raised bed up somewhere, and you don't want to clear all the weeds out and everything, you spray all the grass down and whatnot, and you put cardboard down and just let it sit there. And then a week you go back, there's nothing there, and then you can put your raised bed on top of there and fill it with your compost or your dirt or whatever you want to put in there. And then that stuff won't come through the new dirt that you put in there.
Okay.
That's what I did with my raised beds, even though they're full of weeds now. But that's because I have neighbors that want to mow and spray their grass in my area.
Yeah. Now, always gardening and prepping said, need to quit killing weeds. Most are healing medicines.
Oh yeah.
True.
That's why you look at my yard. Well, even my son said this today. He's, how come you have all these flowers and stuff in your yard, and the neighbors just got grass? And I said, because they put crap in their grass to kill the weeds. And I said, these weeds are because I've got violets out there, dead nettles, and all kinds of plantain, all kinds of stuff that if I need it, it's there. I just go outside and get it. Just like you can make jelly from the violet jelly is some of the best stuff you can get.
And dandelion.
Oh yeah.
Where did I see that? Okay, fancy oak, and I vouch for this one. If you're stopped up, eating whole corn will clean you out. I guarantee you it will. So will grapes, and peanuts, muscadine. Yeah. If you eat about 2 or 3 handfuls.
It beats. Well, actually, this is a good one because you just come to the next one. Constipation. One of the best things is eat a beet.
Now, man, I love beets. That evidently don't have no effect on me.
Well, what kind of beets are you getting?
Whichever ones grow out of the ground.
Okay, that's what I mean. It has to be not the stuff you get in the can because that's.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, now, yeah, I mean, you got to look at it like this. Okay, We grow a lot of things. Beets I have not grown. I have grown carrots, cucumbers, radishes, and stuff like that.
Well,
And I'll go out there in the garden, pull one up, knock dirt off of it. I'll eat it, peelings and all.
no, 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 no. The way you use
Yeah,
it, you steam it, and then whatever's left in the juice, you drink the juice. You don't eat the beet itself, and it'll cure your constipation. You'll be going really quick.
Oh, okay. So, in other words, once you drink it, don't sneeze.
Yeah.
I have. I love pickled beets. Oh my God,
Oh
that
yeah.
pickled beets to me is like sausage gravy over homemade biscuits.
It's some good stuff.
Yeah. Well, Grace Johnson also said steam it with the skins on.
Yeah. You get the you clean the dirt and stuff off, but you don't go and peel it or anything.
Ah, dirty. I got to clean dirt off of it. Hello, Teresa D.
Yeah, that's another good thing for stinky feet. Evidently, I'm not saying to do this or anything, but uh, vodka is supposed to be really good for stinky feet.
Well, there would be a problem with that one with
It
me.
actually eliminates the fungus that causes food odor, and it dries your feet out. Just pour
Roy,
some
call me
pour
tomorrow and
some
tell
on
me how
a
that goes.
pour some on a rag and wipe your feet down and just let them dry. Evidently, you get rid of the stinky feet.
Shit, I'd be done suck that rag dry. So, all right, Roy, call me tomorrow and let me know how that works out.
uh, and here's one. The other way is mix cumin, honey, cinnamon, and ginger for diarrhea.
Really? That one
Yeah,
I've never heard of.
and I've also heard that clover. If you suck on a clover leaf, it gets rid of diarrhea too. It can actually make you constipated. That's why they say if you're gonna eat clover, mix it in with your salad and whatnot to dip it in salt water. It removes whatever it'll make you constipated.
Huh.
It's cumin, honey, cinnamon, and ginger.
Hell, I'll forget it in 5 minutes.
It will also get rid of the stomach pains that comes with the. And here's another one for earaches. It says lemons. Pain in the ear, it will soothe by applying freshly squeezed lemons. Just squeeze a little on a Q-tip and rub it inside of your ear. It restores the pH balance.
Now, that one I've never heard.
Now, this one I've heard of. This is for hair loss. Stinging nettle.
Stinging nettles?
Yep. Stinging nettle is probably one of the best herbs you should know about, and everybody usually learns about it pretty quickly if you go out in the woods.
Uh-huh. I have when I was a youngin'. I ran through some.
It has so much use. Even the root, the stinging nettle root will actually, for the older guys when they have trouble going to the bathroom or they go too much and whatnot, you make a tincture from that, and take a couple droplets of that a day, and it'll get rid of that. When your prostate and all that stuff gets too big or whatnot.
Okay, now Wild Edibles said rosemary for hair loss also.
Yeah, also I heard, and I don't know if he was joking around with me or not, but of course he was bald too, so I don't know if it worked that good or not. He said if you take the wild grapevines and you chop one of the vines and you rub the juice where it comes off, and you'll start growing hair again. I don't know. He was bald, so I don't know if he was joking with me or not.
I would have looked at him and said, "Man, you're using the wrong grapevines."
But that is a good way to get, if there's no stream or anything around, you cut one of them long grapevines that go way up in the trees. You cut it and you put a cup underneath that. 15 minutes, you'll have a full cup of liquid. Yeah, you can, Shift Kicker.
You see what Camo Carl posted right up underneath Shift Kicker, right? It's not a bald spot, it's a solar panel for a sexing machine. Camo, you must be boy out then.
Another one for nausea is, again, olives. Olives, that thing's been around so long. The olive oil, the leaves, and just the olives, for so many different remedies over the years. And like I said, it's in the Bible and stuff. Another one for spider bites is potatoes again. You slice a potato and you put it over the cut or the sting, and it pulls the stuff out of it.
Teresa D, no ma'am, I don't.
And again, I would say these are just old remedies. I'm not saying they're 100% or whatnot, but if you get bit by a black widow or something like that, it's best to go to the doctor, because you may have an allergic reaction because those are really poisonous. Or what is that? Brown leucus?
Yeah.
Those are another spider that I wouldn't mess around with, and because some people they react different to spiders. I've been bit and it's swelled way up, but I never went to a doctor, and that's probably wasn't a good thing.
Now, brown recluse, if they bite you, don't your skin start rotting in the way around the bite after a little while?
It all depends on the person.
Okay.
I've seen people get bit 3-4 times and it doesn't bother them. It hurts, and then that's why I said, if certain spiders, you don't want to play around with it. You want to go and get it, because they have the anti-tox or anti-venom or whatever it is it's supposed to use on them.
Right, right. But I just thought it was another way of them getting money out of you. Well, that too.
Yeah.
Carol Z, I'm allergic to mosquitoes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
what
fun.
part of the states do you live in?
I was going to say, probably don't want to live around no water
No, or on the coast either.
or wear one of those
Nets.
lamps that zap them when they come close.
Where hell, I'd be covered in that stuff.
Zzz, zzz, zzz. And this is I've seen this many a times. Raw honey for chapped lips.
Well, now I can understand that. You put raw honey on lips, you're going to be walking around licking your lips the rest of the day.
Well, it has so many different properties in olive or not olive oil, but honey. That's and there's so many different. It's good for wounds and sore throats, coughing. There's all kinds of stuff that honey is good for.
Oh,
I could
let me tell you
do a
something.
stream on just honey.
Oh, I can't. Well, now something my daddy used to give me when I was young and I was coughing.
A butt whooping?
Now, well, that too. But now I'm talking about pure butter. You know, none of this
Oh yeah.
fake stuff. But you would take a pat of butter and pour some honey on it, and you kind of mash it up real good, and that would suppress the cough for a little while. And I used to give that to my youngins, and I mean, it works. It really does work.
I took Brown I can't even say it now. Recluse to church in a jar. The preacher man about jumped over the pew.
I can see that.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, like I said, I could probably do a whole live or a long video of just all the stuff that honey can cure and aid and all that stuff.
I mean, honey's good, period. You know,
Yeah.
I'll take a jar of honey, pop top on it, and I'll turn it up. You know, like that. It's good.
Hey,
Hello,
Vendor Checks. Yeah, they put on a really good concert last night.
Man, Vineyard Chicks, I do apologize. I watched probably about 10 minutes of it. I fell out. I was tired.
And old Dan Tucker, he's I've been singing that all day today. I just started last month or so. I started watching Little House in the Prairie, and started from the very first season. I've watched the whole season so far.
Teresa D, I hope you have a good evening and good night, lady.
And whenever he comes up there and starts doing his, he gets that little jump where he clicks his heels together when he walks. and they start singing. And they always, whenever they show him and anywhere, they start playing the music. Oh, Dan Tucker washed his face in the frying pan.
Well, now, my wife called me a Democrat today, and I got to crying. I went in the bathroom and I cut one, and she said, "You talking junk again?" Yeah, I've got to reword my words on here. And to me, that's the same as calling me a Democrat.
And evidently, I'd probably rather have the diarrhea, but another good remedy for diarrhea is buttermilk and ginger.
You take the ginger, I'll drink the buttermilk.
Well, you get about a half a teaspoon and mix it with and a half a teaspoon of dry ginger and mix it with the buttermilk and then drink it, and it's supposed to get rid of diarrhea. Yeah, I don't like buttermilk.
I love buttermilk. I'm gonna have to try that. I really am.
Another one here is, and this goes for who was it? Who was it that didn't like where it was allergic? Carol Z for mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Avoid mosquitoes with garlic. I mean, it kind of sounds like a vampire, but yeah.
That'd probably keep the husband and wives away too.
You get the garlic and rub it in the oil and stuff and on your skin, and it's supposed to get rid of the mosquitoes. Probably everybody
Bubba
else.
Evidently, Bubba. Yeah. Hello, Bubba News. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Bubba News. Oh man, all the rockets flying over in Israel and that. Woo! I was watching that the other night, and you don't see it on the news here. They don't show what's going on over there.
I want to talk to you about that backstage, because I've been hearing some things that I'm not liking. But that ain't for this show either.
And menopause.
Oh God.
If you start eating a lot of yams, it's evidently supposed to calm the symptoms of menopause.
I need to try that. Yes, I
don't know if it works or not. That's what this, and where I got these from is I went and did a bunch of digging, and it says the most I've seen of these, I'll put it this way. And this one I haven't heard of. Again, it's that time of the year when we're going to be outside working and stuff, and we might get into some poison ivy. Well, banana peelings, they won't prevent you from getting poison ivy, but it's you rub the inside of the banana peeling against your skin, and it relieves the itch and stuff and the pain that you would get from just not having anything.
Well, straight up, I'm glad you said that, because an area that I need to clear out, it's got a bunch of poison ivy and poison oak in that area.
Well, you can go get you some bananas and have your and save your banana peelings and make sure they're really gushy ones. Okay, because if you start getting it on you, start rubbing your banana peelings on you.
Now, old ways gardening and prepping also said jewel weed for
Yeah,
poison ivy.
which which I call waterweed. That's what I always grew up calling it as waterweed, but it is jewelweed. The easiest way to find jewelweed is usually it's the same area you'll find stinging nettles.
Hmm. Baking soda helps with the itch. It didn't
Yeah,
when I was coming up. Mama kept. I had to go buy the baking soda at least uh, 2 or 3 times a week.
yeah. Well, if you and it's good if you're going to take a bath and you have it, you want to put some baking soda in there.
Yeah, now that I know baking soda in the bath water helps you out. But
Yeah.
now when you putting baking soda on, let's say poison ivy or poison oak, you make it into a paste. Am I correct with that?
Well, see the way I I'm I really get it. When I get it, I get it, and I have really good control. I don't itch. I'll just
Okay.
cut it off my brain, but it gets real bad. I'll get the big old bubbles and everything. Um, Doctor told me, he says, if you can stand it, if you don't, you can cut your paint off. The best way, and I don't tell anybody to do this because it is real painful. Is you get in wherever it at, say it's on my arm right here, and you have those big bubbles like they're busting and spreading all over the place. The best
Right.
way to do it is get you some dish soap and a rag in the hottest water you can stand, and grind the rag with the soap until you clean it off until you bleed, and it gets rid of
Really?
the poison ivy. I don't tell anybody to do this because unless you can turn off the pain, then or you don't worry about scars and stuff on you.
Now, Fancy Oak asked you this question. What's good to keep snakes out of your yard? Now, I got a couple of good answers for that, but it ain't what she wants to hear.
um, well, you go to the garden section and they have these little statues that are owls. You put those in certain areas, um, and those owls are not meant to be ornaments or anything like that. They're actually meant to keep critters away because mice and snakes and things like that, they're afraid of those. And if they see those, another thing is mothballs. And I'm trying to give you not ways like chemicals or anything like that. But mothballs are good for that stuff. And again, you want to make sure like you don't have chickens because chickens will eat anything. They'd probably eat a mothball if you threw it in front of them.
Well, now, I've never heard that about the owl statues.
Yeah, that's because that's whatever an owl would eat. If they see it. What they see up there is an owl. And then they take off. Unless you
Okay.
have dumb critters.
Hmm.
Yeah, chickens are really good for getting rid of snakes because they'll eat them.
Yeah, they will.
And if you sit there and watch a snake be dumb enough and go through a chicken coop one time. You watch them chickens go after it. They'll get a hold of that thing and they'll sling it back and forth. Couple seconds, that thing is toast. And you
Now,
get 4 or 5 chickens after that thing. They'll tear it up.
now, if you got a mean rooster out there, I guarantee you them chickens wouldn't stand a chance against that snake with that rooster there.
That I have not seen a bobble-headed owl.
I, I have not either. And eucalyptus.
Yeah, I heard of that, but you have to be careful with that if you have animals. Because there's only, as far as I know, there's only one thing that'll eat those leaves and not die from it.
A goat?
No, I don't know if a goat would actually die. I'm pretty sure it'd probably kill a goat.
Huh.
The only thing is koala bears, because that's all they eat is that.
Eucalyptus leaves, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Homestead, it moves so it fakes out the critters. That makes a whole heck of a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so have I. He gave a speech. I wouldn't call it a speech, but he tried to talk the other day. He said he was going to run, but he wasn't telling anybody he was going to run in 2024.
Whoa. He said that.
Yeah, it was Al Roker was saying, well, does this mean that you're going to run in 2024? He said, yeah, I'm going to run, but we're not going to tell anybody yet.
I'm not even going there with that. Yeah.
Well, I've got potatoes in there that's smarter.
I bet you the wife was cleaning out the drawer the other day and she pulled out probably about 5 or 6 potatoes and had already started sprouting. She said, you want me to throw these away? And I said, are you kidding me? I said, let me have them. I've got an old kiddie pool out there that I've been thinking about doing this, filling it up with dirt and planting potatoes in it and growing potatoes in a kiddie pool. Like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give that a try. I bet you I got about 30 potatoes.
Yeah. I'm going to be growing some new ones this year. Now, I don't know if they're going to come out or not because I've never grew. These are really purple potatoes.
Really?
Yeah, they're supposed to be they're really expensive ones if you have to buy them. And I got them because they're, I don't know, discontinued or they weren't selling them because they all marked them down and stuff.
Okay.
So I said, because usually I just buy some potatoes and whatever I want to grow, and then I kind of just leave them set to where they're getting some sunlight and then they sprout.
Yeah. Well, now I've got acid reflux pretty good. And I have found a way to preserve my potatoes to where my acid reflux is nowhere near as bad as I'll can them and I don't put no water in my potatoes, but and then I'll go and I'll either throw them in like soup or hell, I have just fried them up like that, and they not mess with me nowhere near as bad as they would.
It's the starch.
Yeah, it's the starch in the potatoes.
Yeah,
but when you can it without no water, when you pull them out of the canner, you're going to see liquid at the bottom. That's the starch coming off of the potatoes. And if anybody cans and has not done that, try it. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Here's another one that I haven't heard. I kind of heard of it, but I'm not. For toothache, if you have like a cavity or something, garlic is chew on a clove of garlic at night.
Really?
And just let it sit there, and it'll ease the pain. They're saying it'll take the pain completely away.
Huh? I've never heard that. Now,
And like we said before, these are we're not doctors or whatnot. These are remedies that they used before there was medicine and stuff. Yeah, here's another one: tea bags for burns. I've seen that many times. And again, it doesn't fix the burn; it relieves the pain of the burn.
now, personal. I've used this for a burn. Now, I'm not talking about no second or third degree burns either. Believe it or not, put mustard on it. Just as soon as you put mustard on it, it's going to burn like all get out. Man, I almost slipped up. But you leave it on there for a couple of minutes, that burn goes away. And from there on out, it's not sore, it don't hurt, and it does not burn.
Yeah, one of the worst things, and this is old wise tale that they used to say is put butter, and it's bad because the heat from your skin and oil does not mix.
No, the oil from the butter makes it worse.
Yeah,
See,
and that's the tea bag. That's what I've heard. You don't cook it or anything. You just you get the tea bags and you run it under cold water and you put it on the burns.
Now, see that I've not heard before.
Yeah, olive oil or aloe vera is really good. And that's mainly afterwards, because I don't know how well that would work if it was the actual burn itself when it's hot. Because I've actually put that on my sunburn, and my sunburn bubbled up when I used to get sunburns. Yeah, and they said it was because of it was too cold. It was too cool when you put it on there, so it created where it all bubbled.
Okay.
But I do know the aloe vera is good for burns and stuff, scars, and it's actually good ground up. You can use the juice. It's actually good to heal if you have stomach problems. But you have to watch how much you use.
I'm sorry, I was reading what Chef Kicker posted to Vineyard Chicks.
Yeah, I was already going to get the person, but Chef Kicker already did. I'll go allow the one or two little posts, but yeah, after that, then when you come into somebody's chat and you don't say hi or anything, you just start spamming a bunch of jibber jabber. Then
I think I know who you're talking about because I started to ask you Who is this one person?
Yeah, and I don't have nothing against Jehovah Witness people, but that's just not my thing. But again, I wouldn't come into your stream and tell you and spam stuff.
Bushcraft, I don't know if it's on your end or my end, but even my TV is doing it. You're freezing up.
I'm
Now, like I
freezing
said, I
up.
don't know if it's my end. Yeah. Well, it ain't. I mean, does anybody else in chat have they noticed Bushcraft freezing up? Because, like I said, if nobody does, then okay. Cassie
yeah,
says it's on my end. Okay.
yeah. I was gonna say I'm at right now. My download speed is at 400 megabytes.
Okay.
My upload is
Okay.
112. No freezing of the
Really?
bushcraft.
Okay, then it's my end, and I don't know why. I mean, hell, my computer's not old. It's at least 4 years old.
Okay, I've got to get one. This your wife might want to know this one for you. So if your husband is has an annoying snore, try getting him to drink a warm glass of milk with a teaspoon of turmeric before bed. It'll cure snoring.
Nick,
I
say
don't
I
know if
got a
it
cure
works.
for your snoring. I got a cure for your snoring. Warm milk and turmeric works. And I'll tell you what. I better shut up. She's got some hellacious ears on her.
Oh, here's one. I've actually heard of this one now. For arthritis. Soak
WD-40.
golden raisins. Huh?
WD-40.
No. Soak golden raisins in gin to get rid of arthritis.
So, in other words,
Eat
after
10
a couple hours,
after you have them soak, eat 10 raisins a day. Why they won't fix the problem, but it'll ease the symptoms that you get from it.
that's because you so caught picking drunk, you're going to forget about it.
It's only 10.
That don't make no difference. Believe it or not, WD-40 does help. Spray a little bit. Listen, I'm going to use as an example, okay? Your wrist got arthritis in it, spray a little WD-40 on there. And cherries is also good for gout. Black cherries, not the red ones. Yeah, I'll take the gin also.
You'll have the gin problem.
Brian, that's my son. I got to take this.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully he's getting his operation done. It won't postpone it anymore. Yeah. Turmeric is really good. I've been holding off because I don't want to be in this area. I want an actual place where I can grow stuff and not be in a little bitty area. But that's one of the crops I want to grow is turmeric because it's so much good stuff for that. Soak them in moonshine. Yeah, you won't feel any arthritis or anything else for that matter. You eat enough of them cherries. What was the other one? And this is one of those ones. It's for fever. Basil leaves and ginger for fever. Crush some ginger and basil leaves together into a paste. Then add a teaspoon of honey and squeeze out the liquid. Then take a drink every 4 hours. But again, it's probably the honey in that does a good bit of that because it's its own antibiotic. Hey, Mountain Grandma. Hey, Leg. Yeah, I actually surprised how many I actually pulled up. I just did a search of old remedies and come up with all that. There you go. Yep, ginger is good if you can stand the ginger. A lot of people can't stand the ginger. Hello. How you doing?
Glad to be back, but at the same time, I'm not.
How was your Easter?
We just had ham, mashed potatoes, and corn. That was it. We kept it simple this year. We were not going to do a whole smorgasbord.
I just had ham, baked beans, and macaroni salad. That's it, and blueberry pie. It's just me and my son, so I wasn't going to go making a big old meal or anything.
Well, it's just me and my mom, so yeah.
Yeah, but one of the things I did this year is I got, whenever I made the cowboy candy relish, I always have extra juice from the peppers and stuff, so I go ahead and can that. And I took that, and about a half an hour before the ham was done, I poured a whole jar over the ham and let that bake into the ham. Oh, that was really good. Best glaze ever. And I actually put it in my macaroni salad too. So you get that little sweet jalapeno taste to it.
Hello?
Hello?
Well, hello.
What the hell?
Are you there?
Y'all guys hear me?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn time. We've
Anyway.
been talking our heads off.
I'm trying to talk to y'all, and it just cut out there for a minute.
Well,
I have probably about 20 books on it.
Does that
on
juice
remedies.
or whatever the hell is going on? Does that juice or whatever you dumped on the ham, does that make it spicy?
For me, no.
For you, no.
Well, the thing is, I made it. When I canned it, I I took half the batch and I took the seeds and the veins out of the peppers so it wouldn't be so spicy.
Oh, I see.
What Lake's tried it, and she said it wasn't spicy. So, and she says she doesn't eat spicy stuff.
Well, that's good.
There's just a flavor of it.
Huh.
Well, now, I'm sorry, but I was on the phone. What type of spice are you talking about?
Well, you know when I made my cowboy candy relish.
Right.
Well,
What is that again?
Cowboy candy relish.
Yeah, I heard what you said, but what exactly is it?
Okay. You cut up a bunch of jalapenos. You add sugar and turmeric and garlic powder and is that it?
Huh.
Seems like there's something else I was supposed to add in there.
Brown sugar?
No, it already has enough sugar in it. And then you cook that up, and then you put it in your jars and you can it. But usually you have the syrup that's left from it, and instead of dumping it out, I can that too. That way I can put it on. Usually I put it in potato salad, but this time I put it in the macaroni salad, and it was really good.
Damn, you're like really going to town with the canning.
Well, now, talking Bushcraft about his candy, what are you sitting there munching on? Because I can hear the paper rattling.
Just jelly beans.
See, Beach Army does the same thing. Yep, it's real good to grill it with chicken too. Now I've got some. Oh crap!
Now, can you use the juice, let's say, like on a steak to kind of marinate it and tenderize it?
Not to interrupt here, but for some
Yes,
stupid. Well, I mean to interrupt, okay? For some reason, the tornado sirens are going off, and it's not the first Saturday of the month, and there's no calling for a tornado. What the hell could that mean?
I hope it ain't what. No,
I hope it ain't.
I don't hear anything.
It's gone now. Did somebody hit a button? Somebody just got fired.
big time.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday? What the hell?
Every Wednesday they shoot them off.
Oh my God, that drives me nuts.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, he said his is every Saturday or once a Saturday.
No, it's every first Saturday of the month.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want to talk, get some shit straight. Darn it, get some stuff straight in the back room that I'm hearing. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying.
Is it in regards to my expertise, Jeff?
No. Nobody that I know. Okay, I'll put it to you like it.
No, you say you're hearing shit that's going on, and I'm one to piece things together, so that's what I'm saying.
Well, look at it like this. Since Thursday, I have been completely out of the news. I've been out of everything. My mind is in another place.
Welcome to my world.
And I'm hearing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I'm just wanting to, ask Bushcraft, because he knows more about, if I'm wrong, he's going to let me know. I'll put it like that.
And if you're wrong, most likely it's news from 6 months ago.
Well, I don't know about this one. Then again, you may be right.
Well, I'm just joking because It always seems like everything you bring up is always, you know what I
Old
mean?
as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people in here know, but I don't want to.
I don't
Like,
know if those dad jokes work anymore. I don't know. I haven't looked at that for a good while. I don't think they work anymore, Vineyard Chicks. I may have to
well,
write a thing for that.
Well,
hell, you just got up here.
sorry, that's a habit of mine.
Well,
Well, that's my southern accent coming out. So I gained 2 new subscribers today at dinner.
I gain subscribers, but when I gain, the next
Oh,
day I lose five for the 2 that I gained.
My point is, I went out to eat tonight, and I got complimented on my "Make America Great Again" hat, and these 2 ladies are talking about, "Oh, you think he's going to get indicted?" And I'm like, "Oh no, he's not." And we got to talking politics, and well, now I have 2 new subscribers that are probably going to watch tonight. So
well, I am officially over 700 subscribers now.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah. And I appreciate it. I think it was 701, 702, something like that.
good job, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah.
That's what I said. Well, no, that is what I said. I don't know why. So
I mean, I'm on one. I do my stream once a week. Okay. And yeah, I'm on yours and I'm on Bushcraft. That's it. I'm not really trying to get big or nothing like that.
that ain't nothing. You're a drop in the bucket compared to some. So I mean, that's not a lot.
No, it's not.
I'm just
But for me, it is.
well, it could be due to quality over quantity. I do one every night. You do one every week, but you may do
Yeah.
one good one every week. I do a whole bunch, and they're shit.
I'll drink to that.
Kind of insulted myself on that one, but either way.
Chicken Noodle, that's not his puppy. That's him squeezing his legs. He's got to go to the bathroom.
No, that's Casey with her squeak toy. She's
Look,
in bed and should be sleeping.
It sounded funnier coming from me. Oh, did you hear me tell Bushcraft earlier? My wife called me a Democrat today.
It reminds me of that song, "My Dog's a Democrat."
Yeah.
Or that little girl, Daddy called me a Democrat.
Right.
Well, see, I had to go to the bathroom, so I ripped one. And she said, "You talking crap again?" And to me, that's the same as calling me a Democrat. I heard a new song today. Buddy, somebody sung it. All my exes had sex changes.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, you ought to hear the song.
I'm just thinking of the other songs, like "All My Exes Live in Texas," and
Yeah.
when you said
But
"buddy,"
that's got to be pretty bad if your exes having sex changes after dating you. That's saying a lot about you.
Right. Oh shit. Hold on. I think she's. Oh god. Okay. 1 second.
He got to take his dog outside real
Say,
fast.
say hi. No, look over
Hey,
there.
kitty.
Look over there. Look right there.
Now, what's her name?
Him.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, this is Blue.
Blue.
Yep.
I can tell you right now, the way he's snuggling up to you, he definitely in love with you.
Oh yeah.
He don't want to share you.
Yeah. And purring away.
That's the sound you want to hear from a cat when they crawl up in your lap,
Yeah.
because that means they feel protected.
You good boy, huh? He's an ornery one.
Well, I ain't seen a cat that wasn't.
Go say hi. Go over here. Say hi. See?
Hey, Blue. Oh. Uh-huh.
He's
He
looking.
heard that. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. We used to have a cat that loved potato chips, and if you threw him in the air, he would catch them with both paws, and then.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, my wife told me something, I think it was yesterday, I never heard of. They took potato chips and made mashed potatoes out of them.
Yeah.
They put them in a pot of water and whatever, and cook them down and made mashed potatoes. She said it's up on YouTube.
That'd be some salty mashed potatoes.
Well, unless you got the ones that didn't have salt in them, But I kind of agree with you.
Well, they usually they soak the potatoes in salt water, and then they dry them out and fry them.
Mm.
That's what, and a lot of times they'll spray salt on them again afterwards.
Now, like what Bobby said, she's seen that with Pringles.
Pringles? Oh.
Yeah. Now, Pringles has got right much salt in them, too.
Because they're baked. I believe Pringles are baked, aren't they?
I think so. I really do. But, since what happened to me, believe it or not, I've cut down on a bunch of stuff. And what I used to not be able to taste salt in, I can taste the salt like potato chips. I can eat 2 or 3 of them, and for me, it's like taking a salt tablet.
Yeah.
She shredded her little pea pad that she goes potty on and is eating it.
Oh, damn.
Well, no, she's been doing this for the last God knows how long. And she's going to get a blockage if she doesn't stop this, you little fucker.
Yeah.
I'm holding her right now.
My boss man had a boxer that would eat string. And I know what I'm fixing to say is gross, but he said there has been times he's had to follow his dog to pull the string out of it. And
that can't be good.
No, it can't.
Well, I'm worried about the powder that's in this pea pad stuff because it swells up when you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a grown a diaper that you would put on a youngin or an old person.
Yeah.
Which I probably ain't too far away from that myself. Two things.
It all depends.
Really. The only 2 things newborns and old people have in common is they got no hair and they both wear diapers.
And all they can eat is mushy food.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that out. You know, some foods taste better mushy.
Oh, and now that she's in my arms, she's all settled down and playing nice and like Miss Little Princess here. Like, really? Now
Oh,
you're gonna play the little shit?
you better watch it. She liable to have to go to the bathroom and not tell you.
Oh no, she doesn't do that. She
Not
tells us.
yet.
She's
Not
trained,
yet. Oh, okay, okay.
but she just wanted me.
You know that ain't no bad idea. I'll be back in a
She
second.
misses me during the day, so
Did you already set your live up for today? 101.
y'all hear me?
I can hear you now.
Hello. Okay.
Hello.
1 second. I got a phone call.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was going. Let me go look real quick. Oh, there it is. Yeah, and that kind of reminds me of somebody said something today. That's it. If you have a jar of red ants and a jar of black ants, and they'll just be crawling around like normal and everything. If you shake it up, then they're going to start fighting. They'll become enemies. And I kind of relate to those ants. It seems like somebody's out there shaking our jar up. Mr. Potato Head and his goons.
Anyway, am I back? Are y'all hear me good? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Sorry. Had a phone call, and this little shit's being a pain in the ass now. Don't give me that look, you little fucker. Ugh.
Yeah, I heard since I've been doing the podcast, I've been getting a lot of podcasts on my feeds and everything, and I've started listening to a few people that are doing podcasts now. And they were talking about if anything ever happened to where, because that's the majority of people who do these podcasts and videos and stuff. That's the number one thing. It's not going to be nukes from the sky. It's going to be EMPs, because we're too valuable of a commodity. And the easiest way to get rid of the majority of us would be just let us do it. And you stop and think about it, and the easiest way would be an EMP.
I totally missed all that. I'm sorry. I was putting her away.
I'm just getting back.
What? Basically having us destroy ourselves, Bushcraft?
Oh yeah, which we're already doing that.
Exactly. It's that scenario that I was talking about where there's 3 people fighting and then you're standing on the sideline waiting for the other 2 to finish each other off, and then you come in for the final.
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
Right.
And that's the thing. What purpose? We'll use Bud Light. What purpose does Bud Light have on doing this? It makes no sense. It's not like they're going to make billions of dollars all of a sudden, because that group is less than 1% of the population of the United States.
And not only that group just doesn't drink Bud Light, period.
Yeah, they like the White Claws or those things, the flavored little drinks.
Their Monster, their Ghost, their whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Well, I would say something that I read. I'll have to show it up. I'll have to say it up on one of
Backstage.
these channel. No.
Oh yeah, Bud Light is tanking it big time. I
Oh, they hurting.
the other day I was over there and a Budweiser guy comes in and I'm like, let's follow him back. And we're going back into the beer section and he has a bunch of stuff with it, the cases and stuff. He goes back there and he looks, oh man. And I didn't see what he was talking about. And then he turns around and leaves. And I look up there and it's completely filled up.
Oh, in other words, no one's buying the shit.
Yep.
Well, now I've heard.
I can't play anything now. 101.
What?
They get me harder for anything. They're hitting me on.
What?
Yep.
Really?
Oh well, fuck you too. Not you, but YouTube.
Yep.
Did you read what I posted earlier, Bushcraft?
Posted where?
About certain words that if you say the 3-letter agency.
Oh,
yeah.
well,
yeah.
I'm fucked tonight then, because I'm going to be talking about that shit.
Well, you guys can talk about that. I can't.
Why?
That's because I'm monetized.
And this is why I wasn't monetized.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Because I knew this shit would happen.
I will not be monetized. I'm sorry.
Well, I refuse to be monetized because the news should be free, and I don't want to have to capitulate to their rules.
Well, eventually it's going to trickle down to you guys, but we're the ones who are monetized. It goes to, and
Video 6 posted. Tom McDonald made a Bud Light short. We saw it when we looked up the song for you. You have to watch it.
Yeah.
By the way, what's the deal with Jack Daniels? Are they getting any black?
It's the same. You didn't watch that?
I watched it.
No, I'm saying, are they feeling the pain like Bud Light?
Jack Daniels, Bud Light, and one of the famous tennis shoes.
Nike.
Nike's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they taking a harder hit now than what they were.
They were fucked before.
The thing is and this is why I don't like LeBron James. A lot of issues that he endorses and stuff. He talks about all kinds of other stuff, how United States were bad, this and that, but he makes millions of dollars off of a shoe that is made in other countries by little ones that don't get paid hardly any money at all.
If they get paid at all.
He's getting all that money from that. And the way he talks about it, it's yeah. And there's always the talk of it. He's the greatest from him. He's the greatest basketball player ever. He will never be half as good as. You can have all the points and everything. There's a big difference between him and Michael Jordan. And just, well, one thing is when he was with the Heat, and that's another thing, he flips teams left and right because he gets some bad players. Oh, I'm not playing with you. I'm going to another team.
Right, exactly.
he was playing for the Heat, and the AC went out, and he's flopping all over the place. Oh, it's so hot in here, and whatnot. And he says he couldn't play, and he didn't do very good because the heat was up. And
He
they
sounds
brought
like
up Michael Jordan played with 106 temperature, and till the game was over, he had to be carried off of the court. There's the difference between you and Michael Jordan.
LeBron James sounds more like a cat than anything else. I will have. I've got about as much respect for him like I got for Whoopi Goldberg, and you know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And that's one. Well, there's two reasons I don't watch basketball anymore, because I used to like basketball, but they made it to where if you start bouncing the ball and running in for a basket, everybody goes away from the person with the ball because they can't touch the person, and then they make a basket. It's like, woo, I'm good. I'm woo. No, you just went in because nobody was stood in front of you. Back in
damn,
the day, you had to fight to get to that basket.
exactly.
If you wanted to dunk it, there was no foul being called because somebody touched your shoulder or whatnot.
Are you serious? Please tell me you're kidding.
No, I'm serious. They just, if you watch it now, when they drive the lane, everybody splits away and they let this person go, and that's why everybody gets all these high points and stuff now. Is because it's so easy.
Let them go in and play old school. They probably get knocked out.
Oh, same thing with 3 points. When somebody goes up to shoot, the person is like standing 3 feet away from them with their hand in the air, like, what's that going to do? Nobody. It's all fouls and everything now.
So
you could say the same thing about the NFL with the Tom Brady rule that you can't touch the quarterback. You
What?
have to. You got to, like, oops, are you okay?
What?
If you hit them too hard, then you get a personal foul for roughing the passer.
What?
Dude, let them play some backyard football.
Oh,
You mean to tell
look
me
how hard
you can't touch the court? I'm lost.
you can, but you have to be respectful.
Oh, Lonnie.
You-
Man,
my God.
the words that are going in my mind, I want to say for that one.
It's it's
They
gotten to
done
where,
got whipped.
like if you roll into the quarterback, you can get a foul for clipping the quarterback.
What?
Look at Terry Bradshaw. I can't remember the other dude that it ruined his career. St. Louis
Quarterback.
Cardinals, I think it was, when they were in St. Louis. I can't remember his name
What
now.
about Brady?
No, no.
No. That was the first name that come to mind.
Yeah, that's Brady's the Patriots and not Dolphins. Well, he might go to Dolphins now.
I quit. Look, it's like
I
this.
can't remember his name. Oh, even on Chicago Bears, one of the best Bears team there was, 85 or 86.
Was that big guy?
McMahon, I think his name was. No, the quarterback. Watlike got it. Kurt Warner. Yeah, he got. If you seen how this guy got slammed so hard, and it pretty much ruined his career because he has neck problems, concussions, all kinds of stuff. But Ed McMahon is, I don't know if it's Ed McMahon. He was on the 86, the quarterback for the 86 Bears. And he talks about it. His neck is fused from the damage that he's taken. But he even says he wouldn't have it any other way. That's how football was played.
And hey guys, I have a great idea for TV. Let's throw each other at ourselves over a little ball. Yeah, like,
Jim McMahon.
What's going to go wrong with that? Yeah.
Oh, that's what I liked about football. And I was a little bitty squirt when I played, but I would run as fast as I could, and I would launch myself into people.
I could see that.
Oh, I'd be like,
like total cartoon style. Yeah, just come out of nowhere. Oh God.
Well, see, I'm going to say about 4 or 5 years after Jordan quit basketball, that's when I quit watching it because they started changing rules and everything.
Yeah,
I never.
Basketball was not basketball no more. And for you to sit there and tell me that when somebody is driving to the layup and everything and they got to move, bull.
Oh, you want to hear a good one? So, it's funny that you brought that up because I used to play basketball when I was little in school and all that, right? Okay.
I tried.
They had us. It was mandatory that we had to wait for the other team to catch up. Okay. When you first serve the ball to start your team off from outside out of bounds and then to
tip the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was point guard. Okay. So I was like the bread and butter, one of the two guys. So I had to wait. I couldn't just take the ball and, make a shot.
How the hell could you do a layup? They give you
I was in 4th grade. Okay. But what they had us do was I couldn't just take the ball and run with it and score a point. No, I had to wait for everybody to get into position and then.
Why?
Yeah.
I can't see you running with the ball. No. The ball was bigger than you are.
Is that the whole?
Know. You asked my coach that.
Did both teams get a trophy type thing?
Oh no, bullshit!
Is that the thing you're trying to talk about? Okay.
Trophy. Yes, it was the participation trophy crap era. You know what I mean?
And some people may think this is wrong or anything, but we had when my daughter was not when my other kids, but when my daughter was playing soccer, which they usually won, but one time they lost and they still got a trophy. And I told her, don't accept that trophy. And she didn't understand why. And she gave it back, and everybody was like, oh, you're a horrible person and this and that. And I said, that's the whole point of playing this game is sportsmanship and stuff. And if you're just and there's no losers or there's no winners, what are you teaching these kids to do? You might as well just be playing tag out in the play yard or something. And it just made no sense to me that
when I was
get trophies. Now I could understand when like they're 5 or 6 years old because they don't know either one way or the other.
When I was in marching band, okay, we had 3 years where our high school didn't win a single fucking football game. Okay. It was part of a 7-year streak where they didn't win shit. But we won the last game of my senior year, and the whole school went nuts. And we celebrated, and they handed out trophies because that was the final game of the year. And it was like, if we don't win this, we're done. So, like, they handed out trophies, like, not participation trophies, but.
And that game was probably one of the best games you guys, went crazy over, because it was like, and that's what you work for. When you lose, you keep losing. You work to better yourself to win.
Well, like I said, it was a 7-year streak. So
Yeah,
everyone that was a senior
time.
that year knew nothing of actually what it was like to win then when they were freshmen. So it's like even the generation before us was saying, "Oh, our team sucks," It was, and then to have my generation come in and whoop ass, it was very cool. Even though I wasn't in the game, I was on the sidelines. I was still doing my part during halftime.
Yeah, that was school spirit, and then everybody felt it. It's just, and like, oh, you get a trophy, and it's like, there's nothing behind it.
Well, see, not getting the trophy, in my opinion, makes you work twice as hard for next year.
Yeah.
So you can get that.
Well, okay. You want to hear a good one? My senior year of high school, they were getting rid of the trophy case over by the gym. I don't know what became of it, but that was word on the hall when I was there senior year. I'm like, why are they doing this? And now it makes sense because, oh, well, that's, participation trophies, that kind of shit.
Our and I don't know. They were in this process. I don't know if they went ahead and did it, but when you like basketball, you'll look in there and there's banners that say you won this year or whatever year, and those are trophies that tell you did good job that year or something. What's the point of all these things being up there if it's everybody gets one?
It's weird. When I was in high school, above the gym, we had pictures of past generations going all the way back to, I think, the 70s. And the current gym teacher was there on the wall in his football uniform back then.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
He could point out the trophies that he won when he went to the school way back when. And that just goes to show that, I mean, he can point and say, hey, I won legitimately and so forth and so on. But I hate to see that hallway these days. Like, God forbid.
Yeah. And that was the point. Like, so I don't know if they took this down or not, but they had boards of like how many yards somebody rushed, whoever had the most for the school. Right. And there was talk about this being taken. I don't know if it's still there or not, but why would you not want that stuff being on a wall?
Right. Is there not, like, okay, I know pride in some way is a sin, but be proud of your legitimate accomplishments.
Yeah.
Too many people are crying.
I'll give them something to cry about, motherfucker.
Well, you take today's teams. I don't care what we're talking about, and you put them up against the teams that I grew up with.
Your teams would kick our ass.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't just beat us point-wise, but you would actually beat us probably into the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we beat y'all by first half.
What? They had us in the first half. I ain't gonna lie. Anyone know that meme? I gotta go do my shit now. I will see you guys here in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right.
With that, we're going to go ahead and end this. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. And again, this is probably not a real popular type subject to talk about, but I thought it was an interesting thing to express some of the stuff that the older generation and stuff did when there was not, doctors every corner and Google every this and you need this medication and that medication. What they did back then, and some of them old remedies, it may work, it may not work, but you never know. It might have to work one day when there is no doctors around and stuff like that. Not saying that would happen, but you never know. But we will catch you guys over, if you're heading over to 101s, we'll probably be over there in a few minutes, and we'll catch you tomorrow. I have another special guest. She's building her own house, own cabin and everything by herself out in the woods, off grid. So it'll be a good live tomorrow. Make sure you hang out with us tomorrow, 7:00 Eastern. And then Thursday, we're heading back over to Jeff's place, and we'll be hanging out there for the day.
Now, let me go ahead and say this, okay? Y'all know my son's in the hospital. He's supposed to have surgery Thursday. So I may or may not be live Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't see his live up, then you probably know he's down there with his son.
Yeah. And I got
all right. Well, we'll catch you guys later. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We'll see you over at 101s. He's probably already got it going. Catch you in a bit.
All right. Out.